It's listed as a hearing, but during the work session, the Board of Commissioners determined to have a hearing and adoption on Ordinance 5/13, which is an ordinance of the Town of West New York, County of Hudson, for calendar year 2013 to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-45.14. Mayor, would you please open the hearing on Ordinance 5/13 solely?
The floor is open for Ordinance 5/13. Anybody have any questions on this?
If anyone wishes to speak on Ordinance 5/13 solely, please step up and give me your name and address.
Janet Kaufman, Hemlock.
Microphone, please.
Do we have a microphone?
I'm sorry,
H-M-E-L-A-R.
Thank you. Your address?
1407 43rd Street, Roxbury, New Jersey, 70447. Thank you. Could you tell us how much
No me
budget
dejas.
the
Joder, deja.
Well, okay. The ordinance is to exceed the municipal budget. Okay, why are we exceeding the municipal budget?
She's on her way.
She's not here?
You want to know the purpose of exceeding the budget?
Yeah. We have to wait.
If you want waiting.
Oh, I don't want to wait. Okay.
Nobody else?
But you can't tell me that, like, how much that's going to raise our taxes. I mean, we all know our taxes are going up, right?
West New York taxes will be going up. We say, I don't say that's 2%.
Now, 3.7.
About 3.9.
Where is my mathematician man?
3.9. 3.9.
3.49. He's never been wrong yet.
3.91.
You know what?
Okay.
You can be the second time you know, but that's okay. We'll talk about it when we see how it comes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else we can talk about on that? Or no? That's it?
Okay, thank you so much.
The financial, I'm going to have to wait for the financial.
My name is Danny Perales. I just wanted to say, I see you guys want to increase the cap. I understand that a lot of things come up. We need to get more money to the town. There's a lot of problems going on. But one thing I just wanted to state is, at the Board of Estimates, you denied $90,000 to the school board for supplies, and that's not right. When you guys are going to increase your cap, I think you should make room for the $90,000 for school supplies. That's all.
And before, I just wanted to say thank you for that question.
It was a statement.
Well, the statement is very nice. I think well taken. At that Board of Adjustment meeting, I did say that I didn't want to raise taxpayers because we're already burdening the taxpayers. So my goal is like, we have 6 horses and I'm trying to rein in the horses and make sure that, we take care of the taxpayers. Thank you.
Marge, there was a question by...
Now, we could step forward and ask a question to the CFO.
We would like to hear, please.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, this is
My
Janice
question,
Hemler, and her question is, what's the purpose, or how much is the purpose of the cap ordinance? What are we exceeding? How much is the budget being exceeded?
The cap ordinance,
you have to
essentially,
talk loud because they can't hear you.
we're adopting this cap ordinance, or this COLA ordinance, simply for the fact that we need to establish.
We can hear you. Can you say that? Maybe we can hear you.
There's no language.
The reason that we're adopting the cap ordinance this evening is basically to establish the cap bank. The town of West New York does not need to exceed the cap at all, but in the future, if we ever needed to, and we did not establish the bank, we lose the opportunity to do so.
What?
So you said we do not need to raise it, but we're doing it.
No, that's right. It's simply to establish a bank that in the event that we ever needed to in the future, because you can reserve your bank for several years. So in the event that something happened in the town of West New York, that we needed to raise our inside cap, which is something different than your tax levy cap. This, if you cannot exceed the cap by raising taxes. So it's setting another level of appropriation in the event that we needed to do so. But historically, the town of West New York has never exceeded its cap.
Okay, so we have
It's a
zero in
bookkeeping
other words?
issue,
Well,
yes.
in our bank, we have zero.
We have a small amount, but we just have to raise this each year so that we can roll it. So every other year, it expires.
Okay, but we don't have, like, we have zero in the bank, but that's why we have to borrow these bonds to get our
We're
money
not
out.
borrowing it.
No, we're not. We have to pay it back.
No, this isn't borrowing.
No, she referred to the bonds.
Bond.
She didn't hear you say bonds.
I thought you said cap ordinance. It has nothing to do with bonds.
Oh, okay, so the cap is going up, but the taxes aren't going up because of this.
No, not at all. This
Okay.
is, not- your cap, this is,
It's asking to exceed the limit, so I'm assuming that you're over the
Right.
limit or you're gonna need money.
right, by law, the cap is set at a percentage of the cost of living. The state allows a municipality to raise that bank by 1% or up to 3.5% each year by the adoption of this ordinance. If we did not do this, and let's say next year something happened with the town,
Can I
and
give an example? Let me just ask you an example. Say that the waterfront is suing us and we have to pay them back $700,000 for 2009, 2010, 2011. So how are we going to pay that? This is what we took this out for, or we took one of them out for.
we're not
And that's what I
borrowing
want
that,
the
that's
answer.
not a borrowing, it's never a
Yeah,
borrowing.
but in other words, that's where we're going to get the money from. Is if we have $700,000 extra in the bank, then if we get sued like we are being right now, okay, that's where we would take the money from.
Right, because if it raised your inside cap appropriation to the point where you didn't have the ability to do so,
Right.
you would have to cut out services to the extent of that litigation
Okay,
settlement.
so that abatement's now costing us money and we have to pay for it by raising the
Well,
cap
no,
and bond.
you use an
No one's
example.
paying for it.
No, it isn't that way at all. It's not raising your taxes.
Okay, well, ordinance of the bond to exceed the municipal budget. If we have to exceed the budget, that means we don't have enough in there to appropriate for the services.
You got
we
20
want.
seconds, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So you said this has never been done in the city of West New York
The
before?
town of West New York, as far back as I've seen, has never had to go outside of the cap.
Mr. Ferrero, if you
It's
need
not
to
a
have a
tax
question, you
levy
need to address it to
cap,
me.
it's inside.
Okay, the time is up. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So that is to pay for a lawsuit that we owe.
Thank you,
No,
ma'am.
That's
I
it,
never
I'll
said
bring it,
that.
I'll bring it up in the next, whatever, the other $300,000.
Thank you for answering my question.
Does anyone else wish to be heard on ordinance 5/13?
5/06.
Hi, Doug Gordon, this is 600 Boulevard East. So just to be clear, so this is very similar, would you say, where's the financial?
Those are the microphones,
Over here.
please.
And hi, can I just ask you a question? So this is very similar to what happens every year with the federal government in terms of raising the federal debt ceiling? Is it
No.
similar to that?
No.
But if we've
It's
never
not
had to
the
do it
same law.
before, have we ever had to do it before?
Every year the town raises the cap ordinance by the 1%.
So we have done it
You have
before.
done it. You've never had to exceed the cap bank.
We have to now.
This is the first time we'll have to exceed it.
Mr. Ferrero, if you keep interrupting people and being
I'm sorry.
disrespectful, I'm going to have to ask you to step out. And I've been very generous and nice to you. Thank you, sir.
So unfortunately, this is the first year that I've been attending these meetings as much as I have, so I appreciate you clarifying. And I thought it was something unusual and extraordinary.
No, it's not unusual, and it's never been spent beyond the cap.
But it will now.
It's always been inside cap.
Right.
Understood. Thanks for clarifying.
Anyone else on the ordinance 5/13?
All right. This is the man I know.
We have your address.
432 58th Street. I have a simple question of mathematics, right? I would say arithmetic, or even mathematics, right? Is the last year budget, right, was figured out at $69,920,633. And this year proposed budget is set up at $72,610,472, right? How the heck this figure comes to 2.5% rise?
Mr. Parker, this is different. You're talking apples and oranges. And again,
No,
maybe you want to sit down with your...
Apples and apples.
Okay.
Rotten apples are the
You
ones
might
that
want
we
to sit
have
down
now.
with the CFO. This has nothing to do with the budget. She explained that to you already.
Okay.
Thank you.
No.
It doesn't have anything to do with the budget. It says budget
How can you
resolution.
figure out, right?
One more time.
It's the last year budget, right? The total
What
budget.
you're talking about are the total appropriations.
That's the property tax that we have to pay for, right? That's the whole
It
amount we
includes-
have to pay for.
No, it includes your property taxes. The total spending budget is what you said, 72 million.
72,610,000.
It includes both inside cap appropriations and outside cap appropriations.
Okay, no. Right.
So,
But at the end,
this ordinance has nothing to do with raising that.
no.
Oh,
What,
no.
how you say, where the figure comes as 2.5%, Mr. DiMarco told me on last commissioners meeting, right? And I said, well, the figures match it
You're
out.
talking about the tax levy.
He wants to
You're
know,
talking about,
in essence, what he wants to know is if he takes last year's total appropriations and he takes this year's total appropriation, the difference when you put it into numerator denominator
Yes.
equation, his calculation is 3.5. What he fails to recognize is that that difference is not solely made up by tax increase. It's also made up by other sources of revenue that offsets the ability to raise taxes. So any revenue that is generated through fees or things of that nature also goes to offset that increase. So your increase may be correct, but its effect on the taxpayer is not correct.
Well, the point is, this figure, as I've been trying many years back, right, according to the taxes that we paid in property taxes, right, is the matching rate, right? And the rate, proposed rate, right, for this year, it goes to right, on 3.96%, right? And that's why, because I know, you explained me so many times, right, the taxes have been divided in 6 different parts, right? One from the county, right, another for the library, another for the Board of Education, and so on. But even so, last year, Hudson County taxes, right, were lower 3%. And even so, we were able to lower the taxes, the property taxes, 0.87%, not 1.5, as the mayor said. I said, where did money come from?
Mr. Barker,
Right.
you have 1 minute left, sir.
Well, the point is, I don't know if the public wants to hear this,
Yeah.
because apparently so much apathy, right? Or anybody, right, it should be public official, right, to defend the town of West New York.
Right.
But apparently, that's the first thing that you don't do, right? Try to listen,
The lady who can answer your question, but thank you so much. Very nice comment.
Well, okay, that's the way we go. According to the law, I can't talk no more, right? But I continue on, okay, believe me.
You have enough.
When we get to the hearing portion of the budget, then you
Oh,
introduce
okay,
these.
okay, I will have a chance. Okay,
Good, we'll be
there we go. Thank you for the first 5 minutes.
Can you back up?
Mayor, if I
Anyone
may,
else?
on an ordinance, do we have time on one ordinance?
On that ordinance, you have.
No, that one, did we get you,
We're only on...
513.
No, we're not there yet. We're
Not yet.
getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting
Oh,
there.
you gotta go from 1 to get to 2. So, still on 1.
You can go back and have a seat. Thank you.
Anyone else on ordinance 513, the cap ordinance? If no one else wishes to be heard, I need a motion to close the hearing and adopt ordinance 513. Do I have a motion? A motion by Mayor Roque with a second by Commissioner Vargas. Commissioner Frias? Yes. Commissioner Rodriguez? Commissioner Vargas? Yes. Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque?
Yes.
The next item on the budget resolution ordinance page is authorizing the sale of municipal liens pursuant to Chapter 99, Public Laws of 1997, now codified as NJSA 54:5-19, and now including subsequent amendments. This is a resolution. Do I have a motion to adopt the resolution?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Frias with a second by Commissioner Vargas. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez? Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque? Now we're going to open up the public hearing regarding the budget as introduced at the last meeting. Mayor, would you open the hearing, please?
The hearing is open. Again, you're welcome to come forward. You have 5 minutes to speak just on that item.
This is regarding the budget that was introduced at the last meeting.
Mr. Walker,
Okay, well,
Okay.
We enjoy you.
Yes.
Anything having to do with the budget?
Okay, thank you. Just my main concern is where, if you could disclose, right, properly, the 2.5% taxes raise that we're going to have on the municipal tax burden. Okay? I just want to find out where the figure is going to run. I know you were explaining me, it's so many different applications, right? But what at the end, right, it comes that the ratio that we pay as a property tax comes equally, right, to the rate that we pay on the raising the taxes, right, on the budget figure. That's what they guide to, right? I don't know where the other figures come from, 2.5%.
Mark, you would have to correct me, but the amount to be raised by taxers, the increase
Right.
in that is different than the total increase of the budget. So the number you were using was the total increase on appropriations. That is not completely funded by an increase in taxes. A portion of that. So when you run your number, you come up with like 3.5.
I came up with 3.96%. According
But
from the last year budget figure, right, and this year proposed budget.
that's the gross number.
Right.
From one total appropriation to the other.
That's correct.
That doesn't deal with the other subline item, which is the amount to be raised by taxes. So that increase is the one that affects you directly. And that increase is 1.654
million.
Yeah, 1.5 million, around there. So I know what you're saying, when you look at the one number at 69 million to 72 million, you'll find it 2.5, 3 million, and you run that, and you say my taxes have to cover that.
Yeah, but that's...
But what in reality, what you're covering is a $1.4 million increase, not a whole $2.5 million.
Okay,
If you want to know where that increase comes from, that's a different question.
okay, well, that's what I want. I want to find out because you told me, right? Sometimes it comes part of the one of the 6 part, right? The whole budget taxes.
You get one bill.
Yeah, I get one bill divided in 6 different parts.
Correct.
Right, okay. One coming from the county taxes, another for the public library taxes.
Open space, library,
For the space, for the state
water
taxes.
education.
Okay, for education and so on. Right, now, the point is, right, even so, last year, the county budget was lower 3%, right? And we end up lowering the taxes, right? The property taxes 0.87% only, right? No one.
Our county share actually went up last year. We paid more last year than we did in years before. Because then you get into a whole equalization conversation, which is a whole different other story. We're going to bore everyone. You and I might enjoy it, but I don't know if anybody else is doing well.
Yeah, I remember, right, before the election, right, one of the 13 points that you mentioned, right, on the little pamphlet, right, and it was the color, right?
You got one minute.
Never raise the taxes, right? Never raise the taxes, right? Even so, last year, you got $1 million bonus, right, from the Formula One raising a corporation, okay? Now, I don't know if this year you are getting that money also, right? But I know according to them, you're going to receive it every year that the raise will be held through, right? So this year is no raise. So I don't know if you're going to have that 1 million saving on your side of the budget, right? Are you expecting that? No.
Not really, but we are expecting something.
Okay, no, they say last year you received $1 million.
Last year, yeah.
Right, and it's supposed to be $1 million every single year. No? Oh, I was under the impression that
I apologize. Now you're clear this up, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, okay, there we go again. Okay. Time is up, right?
Cantara. A-L-C-A-N-T-A-R-A.
And your address?
6006 Palisade Avenue. As a concerned citizen, I would like to know how much our property taxes are going to go up.
Can't hear you.
As a concerned citizen, I would like to know how much our property taxes are going to go up, and what.
About 2.4?
It would depend on your property and what it's assessed at. Frankly, each individual would be different, but the average is
2.4%.
2.4% average. But again, that would vary depending on your property's location.
So it will be from
And when, another question is when would this occur?
You got your first and second quarter bill.
No, I'm just asking.
So if you're a property owner, you got your first and second quarter bill, correct?
You're a property owner?
No, I'm not a property owner, I just want to see.
Well, a property owner would have gotten their first and second bill, the way taxes work, is you get your third and fourth, and your next year's third and second is based on this year's number. That's how that works.
Anyone else regarding the public hearing on the introduced budget?
Oh, one more question. Janet, what are we talking about again?
The budget is introduced.
So the budget's good for so I can talk about, now I can talk about the revenue. Why not? Isn't that about this?
No, but that's okay.
Okay, thank you. Your first meeting, June 15, 2011.
We can hear it.
Okay, 2011, they had a meeting with Jacoby.
This has nothing to do with the budget. This has nothing to do with the budget, just the budget.
We still haven't gotten to the $700,000 yet.
It's not, that has nothing to do with this year's budget.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we're going to get to it sooner or later.
Hi, Wayne Cook, 6131 Jackson Street. The only thing I would say about the budget, you said you're going to hire 2 cops. You did a great job by hiring Mr.
We're not gonna hire 2 cops.
No, you said that.
Yes.
We should have more cops. We should be over 100 cops. We're down to like 89 cops. It's like 1.9 supervisors to 1 cop. If I'm
May even
correct.
hire 3.
Correct? We should hire at least 10.
Yes.
Wait,
Take some of the money, pay it. Take some money that we buy with truck and plow, spend on personnel, get cops back on the street. Because when I was a young man growing up in town, we had police officers that walked the street. We don't have that no more. Thank you.
to answer what Mr. Cook, and I do agree, we do need more cops right
I'm with you on that.
We're with you on that. It's just,
As soon as all my sons grow up, we'll have all the cops we need.
Anyone else regarding the introduced budget?
You tell me.
No one else wishes to be heard during the public hearing on the introduced budget. We need a motion to close the hearing.
Motion.
Please.
Motion by Mayor Roque with a second by Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Just to close the hearing. Mayor Roque.
yes.
The next item is a resolution to amend the 2013 calendar year budget. Whereas the budget for the year 2013 was approved on March 20th, and whereas the public hearing has been advertised pursuant to the law, whereas it is desired to amend the approved introduced budget, now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the town of West New York that the following amendments be approved for the 2013 budget. This is strictly on the amendments. The subtotal miscellaneous revenues is going from $31,430,478.25 to $31,594,818.25. The total general revenues is going from $72,694,135.25 to $72,729,926.25. Total general appropriations from $72,694,135 to $72,729,926.25. Marge, do you wish anything else, Bill?
No, that's all.
Do I have a motion to approve the amendments to the 2013 calendar year budget? A motion by the mayor with a second by Commissioner Vargas. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez? Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque? Just want to make an announcement that the amendments to the budget will be advertised pursuant to the law. The hearing on the entire budget with the amendments will take place at the next regular commission meeting, which is May 15th at 7 p.m. Now we're going to return to the ordinance section, the ordinance page. Mayor, please open the hearing on ordinance 613, which is an ordinance amending chapter 114 of the code of the town of West New York regarding the consumption on retail premises, the consumption in retail premises without liquor license. Mayor, would you open the hearing, please?
The hearing is open. Again, you have 5
Hearing is
minutes,
open on ordinance 613.
and only 6:13.
Yeah.
I got more.
Necesitas el pajarito maduro para
Miguel,
dar el
Miguel.
Yeah, guys, keep it down. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard on ordinance 6/13? If no one else wishes to be heard on ordinance 6/13, may I have a motion to close the hearing and adopt. Motion by Mayor Roque with a second by Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez? Commissioner Vargas?
Yes.
Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque?
Yes.
Hearing and final adoption on ordinance 7/13, which is an ordinance repealing ordinance 1110, an ordinance amending chapter 76 of the code of the town of West New York regarding personnel. Mayor, please open the hearing on ordinance 7/13.
Close open on ordinance 7/13.
Does anyone wish to be heard on ordinance 7/13? If no one wishes to be heard, may I have a motion to close the hearing and adopt. Motion by Commissioner Vargas with a second by Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque?
We're speaking to the guy with the helmet.
The hearing and final adoption on ordinance 8/13, which is an ordinance repealing ordinance 4195, which had established a restricted parking space for a handicapped resident at 327 61st Street. Mayor, please open the hearing on ordinance 8/13.
Close open on 8/13.
If anyone wishes to be heard on ordinance 8/13, please step up to the front and give me your name and address. If no one wishes to be heard on ordinance 8/13, I need a motion to close the hearing and adopt. Motion by Mayor Roque with a second by Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez? Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque? Introduction of ordinance 9/13. Ordinance authorizing installation of stop signs at the following intersections: Adams Street at 61st Street, Hudson Avenue at 65th Street, and Madison Street at 57th Street. All ordinances being introduced tonight will be returnable at our next meeting on May 15th at 7 p.m. The foregoing ordinance was adopted for first reading by the Mayor and Board of Commissioners on April 17th and ordered published, will be further considered for final adoption at a public hearing on May 15th at 7 p.m. in the Municipal Building in Court Chambers. A copy of this ordinance, as well as any other introduced ordinance, is posted on the municipal bulletin board upon which public notices are customarily posted on in the town hall, and a copy at no charge is available up to and including the time of such meeting to the members of the public of the town who shall request such copies at the office of the town clerk in the town hall of the town of West New York. Do I have a motion to introduce ordinance 9/13? I have a motion by Mayor Roque with a second by Commissioner Frias. Am I right? Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque? Next introduced ordinance is ordinance 10/13, which is an ordinance amending chapter 299 of the Code of the Town of West New York regarding property maintenance. As well, this will be returnable for a hearing and public adoption on May 15th at 7 p.m. Do we have a motion to introduce ordinance 10/13? Motion by Mayor Roque with a second by Commissioner Frias. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez? Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? Mayor Roque? Introduction of ordinance 11/13, which is an ordinance repealing ordinance 2/13 entitled, an ordinance amending chapter 338 of the Code of the Town of West New York regarding signs. This as well will be returnable on May 15th at 7 p.m. Do I have a motion to introduce ordinance 11/13?
Motion.
Can I need a second first to introduce it. I have a motion by Commissioner Rodriguez. Do I have a second by anyone?
Second. Thank you.
Okay. Wish to comment before the vote?
This is in regards to the signs.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have anybody here that's related to the businesses or anybody that's a business owner here in the community. I want to say it was a fantastic effort by the Assemblywoman Angie Jimenez to step out and come out for the business community. Okay, even though what they're going to vote on now is going to remove this from being allowed to be voted on due to a special election, it's in my understanding also that it would have to be a special election, which would cost the taxpayers money, which I understand. But I want to be clear that regardless of what they're going to vote on here, not allowing you to have your voice, or have your vote, should I say, to determine whether they're going to allow you to control your businesses in that manner. I have filed an injunction, which is almost completed. So even though they may try to shut them down now and not let them express their vote, be heard, what the community wants, not what the mayor wants. So the injunction will be filed, and we will be taking this to court. I just want to assure you that, and that this is not going to go undone.
Thank you.
Put the portion open on this ordinance?
No. Just your introduction.
Oh, so you can't
When we
speak
do
on
the
this?
public portion, you can't speak. Okay?
Next meeting.
Okay.
Well, on the other portion, but on this particular ordinance will be again.
Right. Okay.
Not today.
You could in the
No,
public
Yeah,
portion.
no, you
Okay,
get the
right.
public portion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Rodriguez with a second by Commissioner Vargas to introduce ordinance 11/13. I'll take the roll call. Commissioner Frias?
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez?
Yes.
Commissioner Vargas? Commissioner Wiley? No? Okay, and Mayor Roque?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mayor, please open the public portion.
The public portion is going to reopen. You have 5 minutes. Again, you have to be very respectful, and thank you.
I just need your address.
Francisco Ferrero, 23 Henry Street, Sanville, New Jersey, Westchester business owner. I'd like to say, hey, Mr. Gill, what happened to that bulletproof amended ordinance? Well, not that bulletproof, huh? Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Wiley, there's no need to file an injunction. They're appealing it. They're appealing it. They're retracting it from law. There's nothing further to do. They lost, we won.
They retract, understand.
They're repealing it.
From being able to be on the ballot in a special election.
No, they're repealing it from law. They're repealing it from law. They're taking back the 3 months that Mr. Wiz lawyer over there spent. Thank you for spending our town money correctly, sir. Thank you very much. I got one more thing to say. Mr. Roque and the rest of this administration. What happened to these 12 promises?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Not one of them. No questions to me. Remember, the questions are to you.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a question.
I got 5 minutes.
Okay, hit me with the promises. Go ahead.
What happened with these 12 promises?
Which one? Let's
Not one of them.
Start with
Not
number
one of them.
What's number 1?
Let's go.
Okay, number 1. Yeah.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Where does number 1 say?
Go ahead.
Let's go to English. A new administration where the commissioners shall receive no salary, cars, cell phones from the city, saving thousands of taxpayers' dollars.
Let me start with
No.
that.
Lies.
No, wait.
Okay, no, let's keep going. Let's keep going. You said keep going. It's my
5 minutes, come on. 5 minutes,
Ladies and
keep going
gentlemen,
here.
answer that.
Stabilizing property taxes.
Okay. You
One.
want to answer?
And, no, I don't want you to answer. It's my 5 minutes. Stabilizing property taxes and expansion of low-income housing. Taxes going up, Low-income housing, do you mean Jacqueline Heights, $183,000 condos? No. Okay. Secure streets by implementing an aggressive campaign to stamp out crime and increase police patrols. Our police department is at an all-time low. I'm sorry, Ms. Rodriguez, but your police department is at the lowest level in West New York history. In 1996, our crime rate was 50%, and we had 160 police officers. We have 98 police officers. You're not going to do nothing by doing ones and twosies. You need 20 cops on the police. You need an administration that'll bring new ideas. This is not it. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's a few more out here. You've been lucky for 2 years. You've been lucky for 2 years. That's the honest truth, Ms. Rodriguez, and you know it. All right, let's go to another one. Let's pick. I'm not going to keep going with every single one.
Sounds interesting.
Are they?
Yeah. You got 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm just looking.
Last thing you mentioned was...
How about the amnesty?
I'm looking for a good one.
How about the amnesty?
Which one?
The amnesty.
Which is
Number 10? Oh, number 10. Yes, yes. Let's go to number 10. Number 10, an absolute commitment to combat and eliminate political corruption, which is the great cause of the crisis facing this city. Not for nothing, Mr. Roque, but your administration has been the most detrimental in this town's history. Your picture will never go up on that wall. That's guaranteed. Your family might change their last name when this is all said and done with.
Okay.
Probably.
Thank you.
Restructure the Board of Education to improve the quality of our children's education.
Yeah.
You wouldn't give teachers what they want. The teachers had to go beg, plead, cry, and yell and scream.
2%. Sound like you're out of breath. Seriously.
I'm a little overweight. That happens. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm good. Let's see. A balanced budget?
Nope.
Balanced budget? Nothing there, right? That's it. I've had enough for today.
You had enough?
Yeah, this time I didn't get kicked out. Wow. That's awesome. You're getting better. You're getting better.
You're doing better. Thank you. Thank you.
Drop the silver.
Murray Oriana, 6025 Hudson Avenue, West New York, New Jersey.
Sorry, what's the name?
Doreen Oriana.
Doreen Oriana.
See, if you came from West New York, you would know that name.
Susan Jackson.
Sorry, go ahead.
Again, you were to this, you know,
I
you've been nice
have,
so far. You've been good so far, please.
I
Thank
have
you.
lived here in West New York for nearly all of the 53 years of my life. And for 30 of those years, I had the pleasure of working in the town's West New York recreation program, the rec center. Back then, when I worked,
We can hear you, Doreen.
Could you hand the microphone?
kind of hard to read and hold because I can't see that well. So bear with me. I had the pleasure of working in that rec center all that time. That rec center was the children's home away from home. Okay? Today, thanks to a prior administration, those children have lost that home to a middle school. Which, yes, we needed, but everybody here knows that could have been put someplace else. Our children now get bounced from school to school for programs. We've lost a lot of kids, and when we do have something going, if the school decides they have something, rec gets canceled again. I think I went off here, so I have to catch up on my school. Bear with me. Down to the schools. When I did work here, our staff involved the director, which was usually the mayor, a supervisor, a secretary, 3 program coordinators. Okay? Today, you have one very hard-working woman and very dedicated woman doing the job, nearly 3 people. And yes, she is a very good, dear, close friend of mine. But regardless of her being my friend, if she were not, I'd still be making this a commendable speech as far as her job is concerned. It's not an easy job dealing with kids. You all must know that. I'm pretty sure you will all raise kids. Okay. But, you know, now my question, honestly, to you, is why would you hire someone to be a director of public affairs and recreation, who, when that's really the job of one of you guys? The mayor is usually the director of public affairs and recreation. Okay? It's a downright disgrace, in my eyes, that you would hire anyone, experienced or not, for that job when you already have a person on your staff who is far more capable than anyone you could hire in the town. Which brings me to another town situation, hiring. I know what it's like to grow up in politics. I grew up in politics, and I do know, and I believe, that when someone helps you, you help them back a little bit. Yes, I believe in that, and I see nothing wrong with it. But when you do that, at least you put in.
You got 30 seconds, okay?
Sure. Put in the people in a position that they are capable of performing that job and hope that they do the job as expected. When you hire someone just cause, you're telling the people whom which you serve, I don't really care.
Okay, 10 seconds.
It's time to do the right thing. Grow some brass ones, get rid of the lazy do-nothings, and hire someone not for their political choice, but because they are actually willing to do the job.
Thank
You may
you so
find
much.
it's hard to believe,
Okay.
by doing what's right for the people and not what's politically correct.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your comment. Thank you.
May actually give you support of more people.
Thank you for your
Thank you
comment.
for listening.
Thank you, ma'am.
And again,
Bring in your full questions today.
Janice?
Yeah, no, this is-
All right, I could talk about it now. Your first meeting, June 11, 2011, you had a lawsuit from the previous administration, I'm assuming because it was your first meeting. However, we owed $428,000 in abatements because the abatements we gave to all those people down on the waterfront, well, then they're suing us because we did something wrong, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, you did. Well, it's costing us $700,000. Resolution 13 and 14, $600,000?
Ma'am, I was informed by council not to discuss.
Well, you don't have to because the lawsuit's over. I got the
You
lawsuit
can
right there.
talk about it. We can't
Okay,
discuss it.
$693,000. $101,200. We're paying this to Jacob's Ferry for the abatement. And we have these lawsuits up until 2014, and then they can sue us again in 2015. Okay? You didn't want to do a tax abatement or tax reassessment because it would have opened Pandora's box, because we haven't done one in, what, 30 years? Okay?
Did you say
At
this
that
happened
meeting, you said that
without
the town
administration
ratio
or prior
is very
administration?
low ratio to
Right.
sell your homes, okay? You couldn't do a reevaluation because of the pending lawsuit you have. And if you would have settled in June 15, 2011, it only would have cost us $428,000. You had the money in the budget. You waited, and now it's costing us $700,000. We have to pay them $292,000 out of the $300,000 they pay us. What are the abatements doing for us? Nothing. Okay? Nothing. We have no low income. We have no medium income. It's all for high people. Come on, this is Park Avenue. You built this thing, and it's like $2,000 to live on Park Avenue. This isn't New York Park Avenue. It's Hudson County Park Avenue. You know? Rents should be a little lower. You should have some people who live in the area be able to afford to go in there. Right? And that's why our taxes are going up, because you had to pay $700,000 to them the first of this year. How much more is this abatement going to cost us is what I want to know. Okay, tax appeal, doesn't matter, we're paying them, aren't we? A lot of money.
We get tax appeals filed every...
I know, and they're
By
all,
April
I'm doing
1st.
that too, because they're all going to the waterfront. Because not only are we giving them that, I could show you $100 million of
Well,
tax
apparently you
appeal.
don't care about the answer, you just want to talk.
No, I want, well, if you can tell me the truth, it would be great. So why you have never done that. Go ahead.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Tax appeals get filed. Every property owner has the right to challenge the tax levied upon them. Okay?
So the homeowners have.
Every property owner has the right to challenge.
Listen
the
to this
tax
guy.
Appeal. It then gets to a court where it is then either resolved or tried, at which time the tax gets reassessed. What you were talking about, J.B. Ferry, was a group of property owners that filed essentially a tax appeal, which was resolved.
And if you didn't solve it then, they were going to do a mass lawsuit. He was going to go to, well, it's right here in your minutes. I can give it to everybody to read. It says right here, he was going to start a class action. He didn't care if you took out bonds to pay them back. They didn't care how you paid. They said raise the taxes.
Do you understand what a tax appeal is?
Yes, I do.
So those
And I do
property
it.
owners exercise their right,
And the majority
like
of
other
them
property owners
come
on
from
57th Street and 62nd Street that file every year. Last year we had about 300 property owners, not from the waterfront, but 300 property owners.
Condos.
No, property owners who filed a challenge to the tax appeal. Every town, North Bergen, every town in the state, because of the decrease in the value.
Ma'am, you got 20 seconds left.
Has an influx of tax appeals. What you are making a big thing about is a tax appeal.
Right. That you lost because you went to court, and you could have 400, but you went to 700 because you didn't do it right away.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you so much.
By the way, you fired somebody that was a
Your time is up.
garbage inspector,
Your
and
time
he's
is up,
got
ma'am.
pancreatic cancer, and he's in the
Ma'am, your
hospital,
time is
and
up.
you fired him?
Ma'am, your time is up.
You
Thank
fired
you.
him. Let the
Thank
people
you.
know
Thank you.
that.
I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am.
Yeah, I know you
Come
don't.
back later. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. We like
A
it.
man with
Thank you.
pancreatic cancer in the hospital, and they fired him while he's in the
Okay,
hospital,
very
and told him
nice,
he don't
very
have
nice.
insurance. That's the nice administration we're watching here.
I can't talk about personnel. Thank you.
Microphone, please.
I wanted to follow up on something discussed last month, and this lady who spoke a little earlier touched on it, and that's the hiring of a new recreation director. Will you acknowledge what's your
Can't hear you.
Yes.
who is in
And
Staten
at this time, I'll give you the same answer I gave you last time. I said that's personnel in nature, and I cannot answer your question, and I'll say the same thing again.
Well, my question concerns the process by which she was hired. My
I
understanding...
cannot answer that
Okay.
question.
My understanding, based on the ordinance, section 90-8.2, is that all personnel must reside in West New York. And the procedure for hiring personnel is to look first within the town of West New York. If you don't find any qualified applicants, you then are supposed to go to Class 1, other residents of Hudson County. If you don't find any qualified applicants among them, then you go to Class 2, other residents of contiguous counties to Hudson County.
Correct.
You don't find any qualified applicants,
Thank
then
you.
you go to other residents of the state, and then all other applicants. So please explain why this person who lives in Staten Island, New York, was your first choice for this position.
Again, thank you for your question.
I think that deserves an answer, Mr.
Again, I was told by counsel I can't talk about personnel
You
matters.
did not
It's
follow
not a
the
personnel
procedure.
matter.
I'm asking why you did not follow the procedure
I
for the
believe I did,
appointment
ma'am.
of...
Thank you for your question.
Well, I'd like an answer, because you did not follow procedure.
Look at my face. You're not going to get an answer. Thank you.
Oh!
Excuse me.
Wow! Nice!
Violate the law and then not answer for it.
I was advised by counsel
No,
not to talk about personnel.
Mayor, I'm
It's
a
not-
lawyer too, and I
Ma'am,
know
Brilliant.
asking you.
that you don't have the right to violate the law and then not answer for
I
it.
would
This is a
recommend
valid
maybe-
question.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have to say.
Okay, I have another question.
Ma'am, your time is up.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Time is not
How
up.
much time do you have? You got
I
your
have
clock.
2.5 minutes.
No, you don't. You
Yes,
actually
you
got 1
does.
minute left, and I'll give you a
I
break.
have
Thank
2.5
you.
minutes.
One more minute. Thank you.
The hiring, the appointment appointment of Silvio Acosta.
It's a personnel matter, and I will not...
Oh, you know what? It's only when it's discipline, Mayor. Learn the law. Discipline.
So far, you've been very good.
Good, I know, but it's discipline. Get it right. This isn't discipline. Hiring is an open public record. Jesus.
It's open public, but not subject to discussion. And now, your time is up.
Okay, so thank you for not answering
Before
any
they
questions.
rotate.
And I'm telling you, you're in violation of the law, Mr. Mayor. And we all know
Whoa.
I agree with you.
Thank you.
Sylvia's right. Silvio Acosta to the Board of Ed.
Yeah.
After what's been
Okay,
going
ma'am,
on.
let's go. Let's give you your
Yeah.
You should
time.
be ashamed of yourself.
Commissioner,
It's like putting more people that are employed by the
Shame, shame,
Get
shame.
it ready, come on.
Doesn't it still over?
Let the lady speak, thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Speak, thank you,
the
speak.
clock starts 0. Okay, Linda Kellerman, 6600 Boulevard East, West New York, New Jersey. This Palermo, she's a neighbor of mine, she's a very intelligent woman, and I'm going to continue with the question. I put in an application downstairs, and for the positions, and I applied, first choice was the Board of Education. I was wondering if I have a college degree of a pharmacist, I was wondering, Mr. Acosta, is he qualified in education?
I can't talk about it, it's a personnel.
Oh, my God. You know, you gotta be voted out just for being stupid.
There is no qualifications on record. Making an embarrassment of West New York. According to him, of all people, the $500,000 man.
Did he pay his fines yet?
I have a
Still
son in
owns fines.
school, very involved, very concerned parent.
Then he can't
Just
vote.
for the record. Now, another thing, I still have a few minutes. There's this developer, okay, we agree on that. There's this developer in town, I know, we went over this, that you have no control over the planning board, you have no control of the zoning board. There's this developer named George Capadogli, and I've been to quite a few different meetings, planning board, zoning board, even parking authority, and he has his hand in a lot of stuff in West New York, like he built something on 54th Street, he built the parking lot near Burger King off of Bergen Line Avenue. He built that I think a monstrosity, 6035 Park Avenue, totally out of place. He wants to build something at 6th corner of 67th and Boulevard East. And he bought the property 66th and Park Avenue. And when I was at the planning board and I asked your sister, or the planning board, if he bought that property too, they didn't know, but Mr. Borden in the back had a contract to sale of the property that George Capadogli bought. So he seems to have a lot of hand in West New York, so I hope that you have influence, that he has a hand in a lot of things, that he doesn't own the town, and the people still come first, not him. He doesn't even live in West New York.
I agree, ma'am, yes.
Okay, so that's for the record. Thank you.
Cosmo Cirillo, 116 65th Street. Last month, you hired an individual by the name of Mario Blanche as the assistant town attorney to the law department of the town of West New York. Now, it has recently come to light that Mr. Blanche owes nearly $200,000 in state and federal back taxes. And he is an individual earning a salary from the taxpayers of this town, yet he still hasn't been able to pay his taxes. So I'd like to know this evening what you plan on doing with this individual, as he is a representative of the legal department.
Personnel.
But I'd like to know.
So,
Personnel.
Let me ask you a question. That was brought up by your boss, Angelica Jimenez, correct? In the newspaper, and that's
It's
what I
been in
heard
a number
about.
of media outlets.
Yes, and what I would like to say again is personnel and matter.
Well, there's a lot you can't talk about tonight, obviously. Now, but you were able to comment to the media outlets that asked you questions about it.
Oh, yeah.
You made comments to the newspapers, but you won't make comments to the residents of West New York.
My comments speak for themselves, thank you.
Wow.
My comments speak for
All right, then I'm going to finish my statement.
Please, yes.
Because obviously, as a resident of this town, and I'm sure the taxpayers are just as upset, because of the fact that we are paying this individual to represent our legal department here in West New York with all the suits that have gone against you and the Board of Commissioners for various complaints. Various complaints since your tenure. And now, you're gonna pay this guy with taxpayer dollars, even though he deserves not to be paid with taxpayer dollars? Because he doesn't follow the rules like everybody else?
That's your opinion.
Neither did the mayor.
Yeah, that's the opinion, I'm sure, of the taxpayers of this town.
Your opinion.
So it's grossly unjust for you to be continuing the employment of this individual, and I urge you to look into this matter, and obviously, you're not gonna do anything about it based on your comments. Nope. But, you know, as somebody who's supposed to represent the people that elected him, you're obviously not doing your job.
At all.
Obviously. I'm stating my opinion because you don't want to give me yours.
You want me to give you a good opinion? When the taxes were at 51%, where were you?
Oh.
Honest to God. And when the crime was up, Mr. Yoko, when the streets were filthy, what were you walking beggars?
They still are dirty. They're still dirty, Mayor.
He was never indicted.
That's right.
Okay, Mr. Mayor.
And he cares about the kids.
Okay.
All right, you're obviously going to cloud the issues because you don't want to face them head on.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
Correct. Okay.
You're there, I'm here. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Cosmo, the mayor wrote $698,000 to the IRS in 2006. You. Yeah, we got that off the face. Yeah, we got that. 698,000.
Ma'am, I make millions of dollars. What can I tell you?
I know.
Have a good day. Thank you.
And you evade taxes more than Mario.
All right, well, you obviously need to do something about it because this isn't the only instance of the poor judgment that you've had within this administration, and I'm sure you're going to continue to have poor judgments based on your actions.
That's right.
So
And
I
have a
implore
good day.
you-
Your time is up. Thank you.
It's very interesting that you're enforcing the time limit tonight because during the campaign and all throughout those years, you said it was illegal for individuals to have a time limit. Because in a minute, and I can bring up every instance where you said it was illegal to place time restrictions on the residents of West
I can see you. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Way to go, Cosmo.
Live here.
Yeah, exactly.
You collect your paycheck for a town you don't live with.
Yes. Okay, come on, let's go back. Next.
Right.
Very nice.
All right, go ahead. Quiet.
Motion on the floor by Commissioner Wiley to move the motion, to move the resolution that the former mayor presented. Is there a second to that resolution?
Stand up, Ms. Rodriguez. The town's watching.
Stand up, come on.
The town's watching.
Wait.
No. Let's get it clear now from everybody. Let's get it clear now.
We want a second Salvador again? No. Thank you. Thank you. Next, thank you.
You gotta stand up for your town sooner or later, Ms. Rodriguez.
Okay, Commissioner Frias wants to make a statement.
You know what? When justice has to take its course, I believe that everyone deserves the right to have that happen.
How about all the other things that he's doing?
I am
That's the excuse for one thing.
I'm not finished. I am not
Don't
finished.
put sugar or whipped cream on it.
Exactly.
Commissioner Frias.
I am not finished.
Commissioner Frias, let me interrupt you for a second.
No,
I am guaranteeing you that Mr. Ferrero has never been arrested or never done anything wrong. That's why he's saying.
We're talking about you.
Where I was going to
We're
go
talking
is
about
that-
you, a mayor.
Yeah, we're talking about you. You're a mayor, not Francisco Ferrero.
Let the women speak. Quiet.
You're a pathetic mayor.
Exactly.
Okay, good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Instead of running and show like a...
Like you guys do, like you guys
The way
do.
you people did it. The way you people did it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. The way you people did it.
Please let me speak. Thank you.
She may vote with us.
That's your opinion.
We're tired of the whipped cream, lady. We're just tired of the whipped cream.
No,
This administration is detrimental.
None of you want to listen.
Yes.
That's right.
That's what you did. Stop lying. I'm not listening to you.
Did anybody second it?
No.
I'd like to hear what she's got to say.
Fino Jr., 6600 Boulevard East, West Reno. I'm not going to ask you a question.
Louder, please.
Hold it in your hand.
I'm just going to make a statement and I'll ask you a question. You had a resolution 1 year ago for 1812, where the entire board, probably with the exception of you, I know you vote no on everything, put a hiring freeze in effect. They wouldn't hire anybody without the commission approving it first. They had to have a basis. Okay? Since that time, there have been 4 or 5 hirings that I want to mention that are out of towners. The point will be, I don't care if you hire someone from out of town, they're qualified. But you'll see my point when I'm done with the statement. It wasn't done in front of the board. You hired Mario Blanche, it wasn't done in front of the board, in public. You hired Tiffany, what's the last name? You know the last name, Mercado, she wasn't in front of the board. You hired Mr. Rivera, you tried to hire me, and then all of a sudden you got hired in the parking authority, which I'm sure your lawyers say that's autonomous, you can't talk about it, fine. You had no money 1 year ago today, 6 months ago today. A woman stood up who works for this town, lived here her whole life, volunteered for the ambulance squad, lost her husband, so a widower, okay? Lost her stepfather who would help watch me. 6 months to this day, you've paid those people money, you've given Silvio Costa an increase in raise, you've increased the raise for Ms. Fiore in the parking authority, ironically. You have money for these two people, you don't have any money for her? You don't have anything to help her? When she was sitting here, she was hired.
8 months later.
6 months later, she's still homeless. And I'm not addressing, I don't want to be rude.
We didn't know that.
I didn't know this for 17 years.
She cried on here.
Okay,
Everybody
last time
knows
I
the
stood up here,
situation.
Mayor Vega, he's not here now, put my father's picture up. So I don't like speaking publicly. Okay? The bottom line though is that, shame on you. Shame on you. Okay, there's a quote in the Bible. When you have money, when you have God's goods in your hands, and you see your brethren in need, and you don't help them, you don't have God's love in your heart.
Yeah,
Okay, that's you, Mayor. That's you. You have I'll tell you how long would it took my father to help that woman. She would have left this place without an apartment.
1 second.
1 second.
1 second.
Not even.
6 months later, she's still homeless. 6 months.
1 second.
That's disgusting.
Maybe
It's
less.
disgusting. And I've kept my mouth shut. You know why? Okay? You know why I kept my mouth shut. Now,
Yes, you are. Never even thought of that.
okay. Everything that happens in this town is personal. I was born here, I was raised here, I lived here all my life, and I most certainly will die here. Okay? My relationship with you, I want to thank you. I told you I would thank you publicly. Now I am. I'm glad you're smiling because I know I liked you when I first met you. Okay? You're very good at fooling people. I don't want to get into a tirade with you. I just want to
He has a PhD.
let you know, shame on you for doing that.
Order from the Dominican Republic.
She's homeless, she has a 3-year-old child. Lifelong resident. You're willing to give people outside this town a job.
You make millions.
You're willing to give Silvio everything.
Class joker.
He's the real boss.
I don't know what he...
Give him one of the illegal apartments.
Harry, I never met you. I'm sure you're a lovely person. You're the commissioner of police department. I want to make it aware to you, okay, of a town vehicle, MG 95721.
Sylvia has...
I want you to find out who's driving that vehicle. Michael George. 95721.
Yeah, that's the night. That's the new one.
I want you to find out why the person who's driving that car is driving that car. All 5 of you said you wouldn't drive a town car, yet your boss does.
That car was bought by the PBA with PBA money.
Good job!
Was taken by broker and given to Silvio.
I'm sure that was more.
He robbed the PBA of $35,000.
I like it. Go ahead, Tony.
Thank you.
All right, Wayne Cook, 6131 Jackson Street. First of all, Mayor, listen, you're the mayor, I respect that title. But you should forget the past administration. You're here now, and the 5 people that were, 4 people that were elected. The past is the past. Keep badgering the previous administration. Good? I'm the people. Okay? I got my 5 minutes. Let me tell you, the people including me, because I'm a pilot, and I'm proud to stand with the former mayor.
Good job, Wayne! Good job, Wayne!
He was my friend for 45 years, and he'll be my friend for the next 45 years. Yourself, this gentleman to my right, have no respect for the taxpayer. What you said about Timmy O'Gurkle that week was so wrong and unprofessional. I had no respect for you. I had no more respect for you because downstairs in the hallway you made fun of me the way I spoke. And my special right, get you this, and I have a witness. You have no respect for the public. You should live in West York to collect the taxpaying West York money.
Good job,
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
discussion and adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Frias with a second by Mayor Roquette.
Thick skin.
Commissioner Frias, Commissioner Rodriguez.
Let's stay in